and welcome back to another PPTV episode. It's me, Beth, your host, and today I'm joined by Kieran.
Yay.
Welcome, Kieran.
Hello, everyone.
So, for you guys who might not know who Kieran is, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so my name's Kieran Kevin, as you can see behind here, and apparently a social media legend.
Courtesy of
I'll
Rob,
take that
title.
I work predominantly within Progressive on all of the social media pages, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram, your MySpace, your Bebo, all of those, all that jazz.
Showing your age.
And that's what I do. So we figure out what posts work well, what people want to see, what people want to interact with, and how we're going to create these posts to boost whatever we are doing at the time. So if we've got a launch or we've got an event or we're advertising something, how are we going to raise engagement and awareness to draw people to whatever we are trying to do? And that is my job. That is my job.
We're so excited to have you on board as well. Like, it's made my life a whole lot nicer as well.
Good.
I'm sure
I'm
you
glad.
guys have seen a lot from Kieran, either on Rob's social media or just within the PP community itself. Like, you're posting lots of helpful tips, making sure everyone has everything that they need as well, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to bring you on today to talk about was, so a lot of people, they're starting a property business, they understand social media, but they don't understand it from a business perspective.
Yep.
So they know they need it, they know they should have it, they might set one up, but then they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, definitely. We've run into this a few times.
Exactly. So I thought it would be really good to get you on the show, give you guys watching a chance to get your questions answered. So anything social media related that you're not sure about, or anything you want Kieran to expand on as we go through this episode today, pop in the comments and we will see what we can do for you. But I want to start with maybe just breaking down the platforms then.
Sure, okay.
To start with, so that everyone is clear. Let's do the top three: LinkedIn, Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome.
If you can give us maybe a top line breakdown of what those platforms are for, and perhaps your audience and how you would use that platform.
Definitely. Okay, so they're all completely different in different ways on why you should use them. So with Facebook, it can be quite challenging to grow your reach on Facebook, but it's a good starting point. Like, your Facebook is like your anchor.
Yeah.
Like, that's the first one I would have on there. So you can go on there, you can upload your photos, you can upload your videos, you can upload your texts and everything like that.
You're not limited, are you, on your content? Everything can go on Facebook.
And you're not limited to the amount of like words you can put into text. You're not limited by image size or video, and you can live into there. There's loads of different ways of growing that, and there's also now story mode on there as well, where other platforms start to limit you. So if you're looking at like things like Twitter, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. I'm not very pro Twitter.
No.
I'll put that out there. I don't really care.
No, we had this discussion before, because you're limited so much by what you can share or even actually type in the platform. I know they extended the character limit, but even that's not enough to get a decent message out.
It's not enough. It's not enough to put information out there. It's enough for me to say I'm having lunch at Costa, but it's not enough for me to put actual takeaway, 5 steps to do this, that, or the other information. And that's why I don't quite rate Twitter for a company perspective. Maybe as a personal, yes, but a company, not so much. So Facebook, you can do all of that. Moving on to other platforms like LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a great one with a huge reach at the moment. You can still grow really well organically. That's where Facebook, you can't so much now, because it's very an ad-based social platform where they're trying to monetize what they do. If you're looking at LinkedIn, you can still hashtag and hit this massive and get this massive organic reach. So if we use Rob Morrill as an example, who's a massive LinkedIn fan at the moment.
His favourite platform right now,
you might see him go live like 3 or 4 times a day at the minute, because he has that option and not many people do. So it's quite privileged to have that. And he's getting great engagement and reach for that. So like, what's great for LinkedIn? Businesses are great for LinkedIn, because everybody on there is business related, or they're on there to tell you about what they can do. It's not just people on there having fun or influencer lifestyle.
I guess you cut out all the social noise, don't you?
You do, and you get straight to the point.
Straight to the point. This is what I can do. This is how I can help you. look at my business.
Yeah, and I think it's important to jump on LinkedIn at the minute if you're not, because of the organic growth they're still allowing you to have, because we all know eventually it will probably go the same way as Instagram and Facebook. It will go down the route of you're having to pay for ads, you're having to pay for that exposure to grow naturally. And
well, we're seeing it already, aren't we? By new features LinkedIn are bringing in are direct replicas of Facebook.
Yeah.
Like LinkedIn Live, which is just starting to roll out. I'm sure you've all seen Rob's. He's doing so many of them right now.
Yeah.
But that is a feature that was predominantly on Facebook.
Definitely.
And then went to Instagram, and now it's on LinkedIn. So you can already see they're adapting the changes.
Yeah, and the next one will be story mode.
Yeah.
They'll have a story mode on LinkedIn where you can upload what you're doing daily, and that's what I see coming next. It's really important to be on there, and it's like having an online CV of you or your company. Instagram, this is my personal favourite for social media because it's picture based.
You like the pictures, do
I like the pictures. I'm not a massive text reader, but an image draws you in straight away, followed by the text. So with Instagram, you can make it whatever you want it to be. So if it's a personal, you can upload all your daily images, such as like if I was uploading like a supplement or something like that, I could then link it away to another page. But if you're running a business, you can set it up as almost like a brochure. And that's a great tool to have, because if you're out and about and you're not carrying around something that it was related back to your business, and you have this platform, you can say just jump on Instagram, scroll through. It's very picture based, and they can see what you're about straight away.
So that leads me on to my next question, because people already, they will have all their own personal profiles on all of these platforms. They've already got them. They've probably not been using it right. It's to share old photos, what's going on, maybe their lunch, like you said.
Yeah.
But now that they have a business, how do they separate the two? Do they separate the two because they already have the following on their personal, or do they start from scratch and create a business profile for instance, their property business?
So I would definitely start two profiles. I would have one personal, one business. Reason being, if you're running, and I did this in a presentation recently, if you put an ad on your personal page of a business, I guarantee your interaction is really low compared to what you normally put up. Whereas if you do this on a business page, people are more accepting of this as they see it as an ad for a business, because you're a business page. Of course you're going to advertise, so your interaction will stay a little bit higher. You want to keep the two separate. You can tie them back by putting the link into your personal bio of this is my business, this is what I do, this is what I'm about. And then when you are on your business page, keep it business related. Try not to jump back and forth. Keep it strict business. So what we are doing today, if it is a property, here we are at this property, we're going to go inside now and we're going to take a look around. And you can put that on the business page. And then if you're on your personal page, maybe you could just pop a little link on your personal page and say, I was at this property today. And if you're interested, jump over to my business page, because you don't want to keep spamming them.
Keep directing the traffic all to one central place as well. You're not spreading your audience then.
Exactly. And then you build a massive audience because you have two pages, one who are really interested in your business and one who are interested in your social life. I always use Richard Branson as an example, because you think of Richard Branson, you think of Virgin. He doesn't merge the two on his page.
No.
You have the whole of Virgin's social empire, and then you have Richard Branson's own personal page, which is huge. But because you build such a trust and such a relationship with Richard, you like him. And then that makes you like Virgin until your internet goes down or something like that. But yeah, it's great. That's what you should be doing.
Fantastic. Guys, as well, if you are just joining us, remember that you could put anything in the comments if you have any questions relating to what Kieran's going through, or any social media questions that you have currently going on in your business or your personal profiles, you can ask as well. So you mentioned there about having a Instagram, having a separate business and a separate personal. Would you do that as well on all the platforms? Or because some people, their business is their personal brand, for instance, Rob Moore.
Yeah, so it's difficult. It's a difficult one. I would still definitely try and grow two at the same time.
Yeah.
Because even if you are Rob Moore, you still have a lot of promotions and books and resources that we need to push, and you don't want to flood that in your personal.
Your friends don't want to see it, do they?
Exactly, and they'll just get sick of it, and the interaction will drop and drop and drop and drop. So try and push that back to the business page. That's why you should have two. What
would some of your top tips be then? So they've created this brand new page for their business. Obviously, they've got no followers. They have no audience currently. How would they start to grow that? They're at 0.
And what they want to do straight away?
What would be some of their first points to do once they've created this brand new profile?
Okay, on any platform?
Let's say Instagram, because it is the fastest growing platform, like you said. It's one of your favourites, one that you're passionate about. So let's do Instagram.
Okay, so the first things that I would do is set up a great bio and make it really visual. So you're going to have like your bullet points in your bio. And it needs to be visual. I've actually got my phone with me now. Let's have a look at it. So
just FYI, everything is back to front on this Facebook Live.
Oh, wicked. So they're not going to have an absolute clue. So,
but you can always check out Kieran's actual Facebook as well.
Yeah, maybe that's a better option than me showing you guys. So try and lead in with a picture followed by what it is. A picture followed by what it is. So this is your bio. So let's say I'm social media manager. So I could put like an icon of Instagram followed by social media manager. And then I can drop it down. And then it would be what I'm interested in next. So my next passion for me is fitness. So a picture of a weight, then fitness. So people come onto your bio and they instantly know what you're all about.
Right, so it looks like we're having an issue with sound. No one can actually hear anything that we're saying on the Facebook Live. So I'm really sorry about that, guys. Maybe sound will come up once we publish this. So if you keep talking, I'm just going to put a message in the comments so people know. But we are also on YouTube. So if you just direct maybe to your actual camera right there for now. This one up here.
That one.
I'm going to comment to these guys to let them know.
Yeah.
But you keep going.
Uh-oh. Okay, so let's start fresh. So if you're going to Instagram, start with a great bio. Start with image, text, image, text, image, text. And if you want an example of this, jump onto my Instagram. My Instagram is @KieranKevan, KieranKevan. And then you will see an example of this. Reason being, people want to be drawn in straight away, and they need to see what you're all about. Otherwise, they'll be straight on to the next one. That's the first step. If you're quite a visual brand, and you're looking at starting your Instagram, so we're looking at a 0 to 1,000 followers, I would start by using big images, massive images, and then breaking them up into like 3 tiles or 6 tiles. So let's say each image on your Instagram is a tile. So it goes 1, 2, 3. There's 3 tiles. Then below 1, 2, 3. That's now 6 tiles. Let's make that one huge image. You can do this with a multitude of apps. If you went onto the App Store and put in Instagram tile, it will come up and you'll be able to just take an image, it will break into 6 tiles and you just post it out there. That's very visual and people love to see that. So for anyone who's trying to display like an artistic business, anyone who is a graphic designer, anyone who's doing anything like that, if you can do that and put that up there and have this like fabulous looking Instagram, then they'll love it because they can just scroll through, they'll see image, 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 image on a big size, and then it is your brochure straight away. If it is a block of property based, again, you can do the same. Do a before and after with these tiles. So start with your brand and logo, then jump into an image of a house before, then a house after, then jump it to another one above that. So you've got 6 tiles taken, 6 tiles taken, 6 tiles taken. And then you've got 3 huge images and you're going to build up your brand from there. So if someone's to scroll straight back to the start, that's like the very start of a brochure they're looking at, and then they're going up and up and up and up and up. That is what I would do.
That's really good because as well, when someone goes onto a profile, you have to, I guess, think about images from the sense of the single perspective when they show up in the feed, but also when someone goes on your profile, how that all works together.
Definitely.
And we do it quite a lot on the progressive one. When we have a big launch up, we'll use 3 tiles as one image or something like that because it makes a statement and it looks really aesthetically pleasing when you go onto the profile.
Yeah, exactly that. And you've got to remember that if people are joining your page, they don't know what you're necessarily about, and they want to know that instantly, and that's really important.
So guys, if you are tuning into the Facebook Live, we do have some tech issues on the last one, so I hope you can hear us now. If you can't, please let us know in the comments, but we are still filming for the YouTube version. Love show business.
Well, it is media.
So that's fantastic then, tips for Instagram. I think that's really clear, and I think it's a great way to start showcasing, as you call it. Think of it as a showcase page.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's really good. And the nice thing is as well, you can use your personal brand basically to promote that. Obviously not on the same extent, because your friends, as much as you would like to think your friends are going to be the ones to support you the most, it's not necessarily
because they'll just see it as you're posting stuff and we'll swipe past it because you are my friend. Why should I bother liking it?
I don't need to see this.
No, and they'll get annoyed. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's just life.
So I think that's a really good tip. So what would you perhaps say to someone who's, they want to get started on social media, but they're lacking confidence? Because that is a big thing, like putting yourself out there, that fear. I know Rob says a lot of things like, just get on with it, and I 100% relate to that, but maybe some people watching, what could you say to them?
It's very difficult, like having that social anxiety of putting something up and talking to the camera and then thinking like this is going to go out to hundreds, possibly thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands, maybe millions if you're super lucky, is difficult to get over. But nowadays everybody does it. Everybody does it.
Well, you can't go down the street without seeing everyone doing a selfie.
And you see like kids running around with like phones, like talking to the camera, like, I bet it's a good day. And like that's great because they've got that social confidence, and kids aren't scared of anything. And we need to learn to take hold of that and run with it. Because it isn't scary. Nobody's going to judge you. Nobody cares that you're doing it. You just build up this social anxiety in your mind. Once you start doing it, people will come on board with it. Like I remember the first time I spoke to camera and I was like, this is awful. This is so cringe.
So awkward.
You can scroll through my Instagram, and so I did a teeth whitening the commercial ones, and oh my God, it's awful. Absolutely awful. But it is what it is. I leave it up there for social proof. So show that we've done these things in the past. You learn from your mistakes. And you move on to the next. And
the more you do it, the more your confidence will naturally grow.
Yeah, it doesn't haunt you forever.
No.
That one video. I don't wake up in the middle of the night screaming.
Just with a sweat.
Yeah, just oh my God, teeth white.
Okay then, so we've talked a bit about Instagram, we talked about business pages, how to grow your following when you do start a new profile from your business. I want to talk now about creating a consistent brand again across these platforms. Because like you said, these platforms are very different. Instagram's visual, Facebook can be anything, LinkedIn is business related. How do you create a consistent message then across all of these?
Okay, so it's carrying what you're trying to say through each brand, but in different content.
Adapting it.
Adapting that content, because it is quite a challenge. So on Facebook, predominantly, I try and use a lot of videos because I feel like they get a lot of better reach and a lot more interaction. So carrying that from a written text, from an image, can be difficult, but you can work around it. Let's just talk about the text. Let's just talk about the image, and let's just put it across into my video. And then that's the best thing, because if you're going to share a big bit of information at 7 p.m. at night, let's not post the same thing on each individual platform, because if we post the same thing on each individual platform, as you know, you won't get the best engagement. Because if I see something at 7 p.m. on your Facebook and then I see something at 7 p.m. on your Instagram, why would I interact with both if they're exactly the same? There's no way. I wouldn't even like it.
No.
Because I've said, like, well, I've seen this. I've interacted with it on Facebook. Now I'm seeing it again on Instagram. Now I'm seeing it again on LinkedIn. It's almost frustrating by seeing it. So think of your audience like that and think, would you interact?
I think that's the key point. So we talk a lot about repurposing your content and getting the most out of one piece, but that doesn't mean copy and paste into all the different platforms at the exact time. No. It means spreading it out over a course of a week, changing it for the platforms, using a different way to engage with the audience.
100%.
So I think that's a really key piece of advice that you've given.
If you're short on time, use like the AM PM method. So if you're sharing something at AM, share it on a different platform at PM, because if you're sharing something at 6 a.m, I don't get up at 6 a.m, but I will see something at 7 p.m, 9 p.m, 10 p.m, because I like staying up a little bit later.
And that's a really good point as well, is that most people think, I don't want to keep posting because I've already posted it already.
Yeah.
But the exact same people aren't seeing that.
No, definitely not.
Because we're all on different schedules. We all prefer specific platforms.
Exactly.
Like you said, you're more likely to see it on Instagram than you would never see it on Twitter.
No, I hardly ever check my Twitter.
So that's a really good key point as well, is to remember that even though you've shared a piece of content, you can reshare somewhere else. Obviously, tweak it for the platform.
Yeah, exactly, and that's another one actually, saying to tweak it for your platform, because you can't just copy and paste something from one place to another. It doesn't necessarily work as well. So it's still the same message, slightly tweaked, takes 2 seconds, and you can repurpose it and put it back out there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. So I know we've had a few tech issues today, guys, but I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you do want more information about social media, obviously comment on these videos. Myself or Kieran are available as well, so we can see if we can help you with whatever's going on with you guys and your platforms. But I'm sure you're going to see a lot more of Kieran.
Yeah.
He's around. He is glued to Rob's side the majority of the time, which is great. You'll see a lot of him at events and anywhere where Rob's going to go, which is fantastic. And you can give us all the inside scoop behind the scenes and actually show us what you're doing on Rob's platform.
100%, and I'll be interested to hear from people what you would like to see. So if you want to see different things, you want to see more behind the scenes things, send me a message, drop a comment on this live, and I'll make that happen.
And what we'll do is, in a few weeks, we'll get you back on and we'll see if we can have a smoother running Facebook Live with Kieran. We are going to be doing monthly social updates as well, which is really exciting. So for now, that's it from us. Thank you for tuning in. I know you only heard part of this on Facebook because the sound cut out, but I hope you enjoyed the content nonetheless.
All right, thank you very much.
So that's it, guys. Thank you.
Cheers. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed today's content. If you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and we will see you next time.